A few weeks ago, I posted a video showing some great ways to attach a GoPro camera onto half-inch PVC pipe. The last one was very cool and it involved heating up the PVC pipe so that you didn't have to cut your GoPro mount or even file it, and it would just slide right into the slightly soft PVC, hot PVC. That idea was so cool that I spent some more time thinking about how to use it in an actual DIY mount instead of just being a concept on how you could mount your GoPro to PVC or make a short pole or something. Anyway, this is a DIY extension arm, and it's cool because you can make it any length you want using PVC. So we've actually got two GoPro mounts in it. One of them is the standard mount for mounting our camera, and the other end is the two-prong mount used to mount onto a GoPro base plate. So what I actually ended up doing here was heating the PVC up just like before, but with one key addition. I've got two zip tie straps I'm going to be using as clamps to hold the PVC back together. Now, if you look at a GoPro extension bar, what you're going to notice is that the one end has the retained bolt or the retained nut in it, and that end of the mount is a little bit thicker. The first step then is to take out the nut, because we're not going to be needing that, because that end has to go inside the PVC. Take out the nut. You can get a GoPro bolt and you put the GoPro bolt in, don't screw it in, and then just tap it on the table. It'll pop right out. You can use anything that'll fit through that hole, it's fine. And then get our heat gun out. Again, we're going to heat the PVC pipe gently. You don't want to overheat it. You want to make sure you do it in a well-ventilated area outside, and if you start to burn it, you want to walk away and let that smell disperse, because you do not want burnt PVC. You don't want to breathe burnt PVC. Once you get it warm, you're going to take the extension bar and you're going to shove it into the mount. Now, it might take a little bit of coaxing, because you do have to get that extra blob where the nut retainer in. And then once you get it in and you get it lined up right, make sure you line it up square. Make sure you have some pre-thought into the orientation of the bottom mount and the top mount. Then we're just gonna get the two zip ties out, and we're gonna zip tie the PVC back together and get it really tight behind the nut holder. And this allows us to actually have this end of the mount held in with absolutely no nut and bolt. We don't even need mounting hardware for this one. Sure, you could drill a hole and put mounting hardware through it if you want, but with the two zip ties applied immediately after putting in the mount, it's totally fine and really secure. The top mount is easy. It goes in the same way as the bottom one. You can check out my videos down in the description for 3 different methods on doing this. If you don't want to use a heat gun, there's 2 others you can use. Those will also work for the bottom mount. But what we're going to do is just heat it up a little bit, push in the mount, and then we do have to drill a hole for this one. So once it's in and cool, we're going to drill a hole and put in that mounting hardware. And now we've got an extension bar, which is the length of our choosing. We could have made this any length we want, and then we just mount our GoPro camera onto it, mount it onto a base, and we're done. This mount does have limitations. It is going to induce a lot more movement into the shot. One of the things that can be good is to get the camera positioned where you want it and then run 2 lines. So tie a little piece of rope around the camera and then run it to 2 more supports, and that'll give you kind of a tripod effect where you're using the string to load this mount. That'll take a lot of the vibration out. Also, just don't make it too long, or don't use it in situations where it's going to be under high impact. If you really want, though, you can make a 10-foot long PVC GoPro extension pole. Also note, though, that that length of this pole is going to put a lot more load onto the buckle mount and onto this extension bar. So at some point, we're probably going to start to see the buckle mounts and the teeth here that hold the mount in place start to fail because of the added load and the added force that this lever is able to put on them. All in all, though, this is a really cool DIY project, and if you've got some time and you've got a couple of spare long extension bars, you should totally do it, because it's awesome and it's easy, and all you need is a heat gun and a drill. So check it out. If you've got free time this weekend, build one of these, and when you're not using it, it works as a great little GoPro pole, short little GoPro pole. Very cool little mount. I'm stoked on it. I think this would be absolutely awesome mounted on the back of a longboard. Really cool mount for that. Really cool angle getting it up off the board a little bit. But guys, if you build one of these, send me a photo over on Facebook. Check out that page. It's linked down in the video description. And if you've got any thoughts or comments or ways to improve it, leave those down in the comments. Most of all, guys, get subscribed, and thank you very much for watching.